Hey guys, Derek here from the Nutrition Renegade, and today I want to go over the Diabetics Quick Guide to Exercise. So I'm putting together this video. If you have diabetes or even high blood sugar levels, type 1 or type 2 diabetes, you're going to want to watch this just to understand some of the finer points of exercise and how it can positively and negatively impact you depending on your own situation. Okay? So even though if you have diabetes and you're taking your prescribed medications and eating well, it will go a long way towards controlling your blood sugar, the highs, the lows, and whatnot. But is it really enough? I mean, at the end of the day, you need to have maximum control over your sugar levels and your diabetes so that it doesn't get worse and become a bigger problem for you down the road. In order to do that, you need to exercise. There are times when exercise, or intense exercise, is not good for you, and we're going to go through that through the video here. But really, diabetes isn't an excuse to stay away from the gym. Okay. In fact, it's the opposite. If you have diabetes, you should be hitting the gym, getting some exercise, getting some regular physical activity. It doesn't have to be the gym. It can be whatever you enjoy doing. But we're going to go through it, and I'm going to talk about some of the points that are going to be important for you to know. Okay. Here we go. So why exercise? Well, first, it lowers the blood glucose levels. Okay, which is hugely important. If you have diabetes, you know that. You need to keep your blood sugar levels at a good level, right? Improves the way the body uses insulin. So insulin also, the production of it and whatnot throughout the body, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail, but it also helps with all kinds of other functions in the body, but it helps with maintaining sugar levels, healthy sugar levels. It lowers blood pressure. A lot of times when you have diabetes, you probably have high blood pressure. It's very common. Lowers bad cholesterol. Again, diabetes, bad cholesterol, usually tied together. It's an interesting fact. It reduces the risk for heart disease, stroke, and nerve damage. Okay. Weight loss, again, another key component of diabetes a lot of times is being overweight or obese. So exercise is going to help with that. It's going to give you more energy. It keeps the bones, joints, and heart strong and reduces stress. I mean, with all the stress that you probably have in your daily life on top of your diabetes, I mean, a great outlet is getting some exercise, okay? I hope that makes sense. Let's move on to the next one. What kind of exercise? Okay, so 30 minutes of aerobic exercise each week to start. So start slow. It's just like anybody else. You're no different. Start slowly, work your way into something a little more intense. Get some resistance exercise in there because resistant exercise affects the metabolism a little bit better. Ramps it up, makes it fire better. It's going to give you bone density because you're putting stress on the bones. It's also going to strengthen the muscles, okay? And it feels really good. When you come out of there, you feel like you've really done something, which I think is going to be important for your psyche. And flexibility. Not enough people do this. My clients don't do it. In fact, I don't do it enough, and that's flexibility exercises. I stretch daily, but I don't push myself to where I really should. So 5 to 7 times per week with your flexibility exercises. This is going to keep you limber, help you perform better, make you feel better, gets rid of the aches and pains. Okay. Now there is a note here. All this above only applies if you do not have the following complications. As always, check with your doctor before you start anything. All right. Don't just watch this video and go, okay, Dr. Derek says, because I'm not a doctor. I'm only giving you the information that I have to hopefully open your eyes to what you are probably capable of. Always check with your doctor. So if you have eye problems, kidney or heart disease, foot problems, again, foot problems are very common with diabetics, and the worse you let your diabetes get, the worse your foot problems can be. High ketone levels in the blood and urine, and we're going to go through the ketones as to what that is and why it's important, okay? All right, how to exercise. So, bam, always consult your doctor first. Makes sense, right? Type 1 diabetes precaution. When you have high blood glucose and low insulin levels, this can lead to high ketones in the blood or urine, okay? Exercising, why is that important? Exercising with high levels of ketones can make blood glucose levels even higher, which is not good. So avoid high intensity training if your ketone levels are high. Wait till they come down, do your urine test, whatever you do for your testing for your ketones, and wait until they've come down to do high intensity training, okay? Again, check with your doctor to see what they think you can do. Type 2 diabetes with high blood glucose, which is normal, high blood sugar, but no ketones in the blood or urine, light to moderate intensity exercise might actually work to lower glucose levels. So if you have type 2 diabetes, if you're working out, moderate intensity, it's very likely going to lower your blood glucose levels, which is fantastic. Okay? That's just going to help you get better and deal with what you're going through and not let it get worse. Okay? Next one, exercise risks. So, a couple things that we talked about. This is very important. Low blood sugar or glucose levels are always a concern when exercising for you guys that have diabetes. All right? You need to make sure you're aware of what your blood sugar level is at before you go into a workout. Test the levels before, during, and after. Another key, wear a medical ID bracelet. We have them in Canada and the US. I'm not sure where you might be watching this. You probably have something similar in your country. Where they're just here. I think they're a medical alert bracelet that tells people if something happened, you're passed out, what to do with you. Okay? And this is why you might keep glucose tablets, which is basically a sugar tablet, or fruit juice handy. And if you're feeling that you're low, you're feeling lightheaded, fainty, whatever you are, you take your glucose tablet or you drink the juice and get your blood sugars back up, okay? Another key that a lot of people don't realize is that your low levels can hang around or show up hours after you're trained. So your training can impact you for hours and hours in a good way with your metabolism and fat loss, also in a bad way where all of a sudden your sugar levels can drop and stuff. So always make sure you have to be diligent in your tracking to make sure that you're doing the right things, okay? So here's some sugar level guidelines, and I'm going to assume that if you have diabetes, you know this, but just in case, it's a good refresher. So anything lower than 100 milligrams per deciliter, too low to exercise. Eat a high carb snack, fruit or crackers, something to get the blood sugars back up again before working out and after. And if your levels are low following exercise, make sure that you eat afterwards, okay? 100 to 250 milligrams per deciliter is a safe range prior to exercise, okay? If you're in that range, you should be okay. But again, take precautions. 250 plus, take precautions. Take a urine sample, test for the ketones. If they're high, then you definitely don't want to train with high intensity. And you probably want to wait until your ketone level comes down to normal, okay? That's hugely important. 300 plus, don't exercise. Wait until your glucose levels drop before working out. Okay, so 300 plus, you probably have all kinds of challenges going on. You're probably already going to go see your doctor and say, what is going on? So I know this is a short video. I hope it kind of sheds some light on exercising with diabetes. Don't be afraid to exercise. Always check with your doctor, obviously. I'm not Dr. Derek, unfortunately. But a lot of people, when they get diabetes, or type 1 or type 2, get discouraged. Don't think that they can train. A lot of times they put on a lot of weight and are scared to get in the gym. I mean, you don't have to train in a gym. You don't have to do anything you don't like. Get out and walk your dog. Do whatever you enjoy doing. Ride the bike, hike, it depends what you love to do. Okay, guys, I hope that all makes sense. And, really trying to put diabetes in its place. If you have diabetes, it is not the end of the world. You can still train. You can still do the things that you want to do. It's all about keeping it under control, and exercise will help you do that. Okay? All right, guys, that's it for today. You guys take care.